Hello everyone, today is 23rd of August and we are going to see some of the current affairs MCQs which are important for TEST, IAFT and XLRI examinations from the Hindu. So before I start, I just want to mention that we have a course for TEST, IAFT and XAT GK combined together, and the fee of that course is just rupees 2000. You will be getting live videos, recorded videos, PDFs, quizzes and flashcards of all the materials. So if you want to enroll in that, you can WhatsApp me at 7764869624, writing your name and the courses you want to apply for, and then I will tell you how to proceed. So coming to the first question, some companies are there and the CEOs of those companies are there. So it says, which of the following are correctly matched? So the first option says the CEO of Infosys is Shantanu Narayan. Second option says IBM has CEO Arvind Krishna, and third one says Adobe has CEO Salil Parekh. So these are the names given, and then the question is which of the following is correctly matched. A option says only one is correctly matched, B says 1 and 2 are matched correctly, C says 2 only, that is only 2 is correct, and D says 1, 2 and 3, that is all are correct. So basically this has been taken from the Hindu of today. So basically Finance Ministry has summoned Infosys CEO over IT portal glitch. So basically the income tax portal was to be built by Infosys, but since 2.5 months that portal is not complete and it has several glitches, and they have called the CEO to their office for a reply why there is a delay in that. And that is why it is important that you should be knowing who is the CEO of Infosys. So the CEO of Infosys is Salil Parekh. He is not Shantanu Narayan, he is Salil Parekh. And the correct answer to this particular question will be your 2. That is, IBM CEO is Arvind Krishna. Arvind Krishna is the CEO of IBM, as you can see. And then Shantanu Narayan is the CEO of Adobe. And Salil Parekh is the CEO of Infosys. The question might come in IIFT. If you will go with last year pattern and last year questions, for the past many years they are asking questions like this. Okay, so a question might come. Now come to second question. It says, when did the Mopla rebellion took place in Malabar region, that is Kerala? So it says 1906. In 1906 what we had Swadeshi movement. Then 1930, in 1930 we had civil disobedient movement. 1921 and then 1942. In 1942 we had Quit India movement. So what will be the answer? The answer will be 1921. So why this question? Because there was a news in the Hindu which says that 386 Moplam aata hai to be removed from dictionary. So you don't have to delve into the politics of it, what is going on, but you just have to give a cursory look over the Hindu, and whatever important you will find, a question from that might come. Then the wagon tragedy. Wagon tragedy is also related to Malabar rebellion or Mopla rebellion as it is called. So basically some 67 Mopla rebellion were taken from one place to another in a wagon. So all of them died because of suffocation. So that tragedy has been depicted in the figure above. Come to this one. Now come to the third question. So there was a main article over this particular thing about the appointment of judges in the Supreme Court. So this question has been taken from there. What is the maximum number of Supreme Court judges? So the A option says 33 including the Chief Justice of India. B says 34 including the Chief Justice of India. C says 31 including the Chief Justice of India, and D says 34 excluding the Chief Justice of India. So the answer for this will be 34 including Chief Justice of India. So you have 33 judges and 1 Chief Justice of India. So a total of 34 judges are there in the Supreme Court. So as you can see, this was the article in which this particular fact was discussed. Now come to question number 4. It says the book Ghost Wars has been written by. So this is also a question taken from the Hindu only, going from conflict to conflict. There are more threats to Afghanistan than just Taliban. A option says Steve Coll, B says Alfred W. McCoy, C says Danish Siddiqui, and D says Abdul Ghani Baradar. Okay, so who was Danish Siddiqui? He was a photographer of Associated Press who was killed. He was an Indian photographer who was killed by Taliban recently. Then, who is Alfred W. McCoy? He is also the author of a famous book, In the Shadows of the American Century. And who is Abdul Ghani Baradar? He is regarded as the de facto chief of the Taliban. So the answer for this will be Steve Coll. And this particular book, Ghost Wars, won the Pulitzer Prize. That is why it becomes important, and there can be a question from this. Now come to question number 5. The capitals of Assam and Mizoram respectively are. So here a lot of people get confused. So A option says Guwahati and Imphal, B says Guwahati and Kohima, C says Dispur and Aizawl, D says Dispur and Agartala. First of all, Guwahati will not be the answer because Guwahati is not a capital. Dispur is the capital of Assam. Now coming to C and D. Aizawl will be the correct answer because Aizawl is the capital of Mizoram, whereas Agartala is the capital of Tripura. Imphal is the capital of Manipur and Kohima is the capital of Nagaland. So there is a dispute which was in news for the last 1 month, I would say, between Assam and Mizoram. So regarding that, there was a news in the Hindu today. So the answer to this will be Dispur and Aizawl. Now coming to the map of Northeast. See, you have 8 states, the 7 sister and 1 Sikkim. These are smaller states in the Northeast. So first of all, Sikkim became part of India in 1975. Through a referendum, Sikkim became a part of India in 1975, number 1. So Assam was the first state which was created in 1947, and then some part was separated from Assam and was created as Nagaland in 1963. And 3 of the states were created after that. They were Meghalaya, Tripura and Manipur in 1972. And then 2 of the states, that is Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram, were created in 1987. So Sikkim is quite separate. It is not among the 7 sisters. Now in the 7 sisters of Northeast, each and every state touches Assam. Assam touches all the 6 sisters. Like Assam touches Arunachal, then Nagaland, then Manipur, then Mizoram, then Tripura and then Meghalaya. Okay, so this is also very important. Now come to this. Question number 6 is, the Malabar exercise will be carried out of the coast of Guam. Which countries will participate in it? So first of all, let us know about Guam. So Guam is a military base of USA in the Pacific. As you can see, the red dot, that is the area where Guam is located. Now coming to who are going to take part into the Malabar exercise. A says India, USA and Japan only. B says India, USA and Australia only. C says India, USA and South Korea only. And D says India, USA, Japan and Australia. So the answer to this will be India, USA, Japan and Australia. And together they are called Quad, as you can see in the figure below. And in IIFT last year, there was a question regarding which of the following countries are part of Quad. So they are India, USA, Japan and Australia. Now coming to question number 7. It says, which of the following countries does not share its border with Israel? So Israel was in news recently, few months ago also. So Israel strikes Gaza after clashes along border. Which of the following out of the 4 countries do not touches Israel border? A says Syria, B says Jordan, C says Lebanon and D says Saudi Arabia. So the answer for this will be Saudi Arabia. As you can see in the figure or map, only Saudi Arabia does not touch Israel. Lebanon touches Israel, then Syria also touches. Here you have Golan Heights, and then Jordan also touches Israel. And the other country which touches Israel is Egypt. While Saudi Arabia, it looks as if it touches, but it does not. So this is an important question which might come. Now come to question number 8. The term bull and bear market are used to describe how stock markets are performing. Choose the correct options from the following. A says a bull market is a market that is on the rise. B says a bear market can be more favorable to invest in. C says a bull market can be more dangerous to invest in. D says a bear market is a market that is on the rise. So the answer to this will be A. A bull market is a market that is on the rise, and all the answers are incorrect. And this particular question has also been taken from the Hindu of today. So I forgot to make it red. So the answer will be A. Whenever you have bullish market, that means you can invest and you can expect a profit. While bear is receding market. This is important concept which was given in the Hindu today. This was all for today. If you want to enroll to our courses, you can WhatsApp me at 7764869624 for GK course. We also have quant and English course. Okay, so if you want to enroll in all of that, you can inquire by WhatsApping me 7764869624. So thank you. Thanks for watching.